Hi. This has been a very interesting experience. I think I've moved from calling this a crisis, from calling it a challenge, to now calling it an experience. And a lot of times we think experiences are just the good things. Oh, I went on holiday and had an experience. I went for a show and had an experience. But I think the experiences are also the things that we have been the other side of the coin, and we are all facing that other side of the coin in this COVID-19. And I was just thinking, what has this honestly taught me? And I just want to share some things with you about how I'm starting to think about this, because there is coming out of it, but I don't think it's going back to where we were even 2 months ago. So the first thing is learning not to be in control. And this was hard. We all had strategies, we had plans, we had routines, we had budgets, and we knew in a day this is what happens at 8, drop kids to school, come back home, blah, blah, blah. Now it's that phase that I think we've all been putting, where we've got to get comfortable with not being in control, and that is very uncomfortable. And you know, the prayer says daily bread and tells us to be thankful for daily bread. And I think we are understanding what daily bread means. If today you got up, you had food, your child was okay, that's enough daily bread. If today you had some emails to respond to, a proposal to write, a customer to call, that's daily bread. And we've learned to focus on, I have this one customer, but where are the other 100 going to come from? Today, if you could go to the supermarket and do your shopping, that's daily bread, even though you don't know what the end of the month looks like. And it's a very hard place to be as human beings. But it's teaching me also, when the day is over, stop. When you've done what you can do for that day, stop. And when I mean stop, it's not just stop in action, it's stop in the mind. Stop. Stop worrying. Stop thinking about next week. Just sleep. Do something that you enjoy. I've understood the daily bread of gratitude and saying, today I'm so thankful for my health, if that's what you have today. And just saying, I don't have control about tomorrow. Tomorrow I will get up and do what I can tomorrow. I may have plans, but even achieving the plans I have for the next month or the next 90 days requires daily steps. And this season has taught me the importance of what is the daily step ahead of you. And if some days you're more productive than other days, so be it. Some days, and all you can do is one Zoom meeting or nothing at all. We are all dealing with this and dealing with the different things. The other thing it has taught me is it's time to change my perception of what is happening and focus on what is this going to mean for me. And people are already saying, being in traffic for them, they are now learning, I don't have to be in traffic. I don't have to go for all meetings physically. There are some meetings, if you have a meeting across town, why spend 2 hours on the road to show up at a meeting and get exhausted and sap your energy the entire day, instead of just doing the meeting via video conferencing? For some people, I've understood what my child goes through in school. I've understood where he's weak, he or she is weak, where he or she is strong. For some people, this has meant a change in the way they spend time as a family. For businesses, it could be you're thinking, I have to reorganize this business. A lot of us, with our work, with our businesses, even with our money, we had overcomplicated things, and this has brought us simplicity. You've understood people can actually work offline, they can work remotely. Maybe we had overthought this whole thing of flexi time, and we're trying to bring too much structure into flexi time. So I think it's important to understand, what does this mean for me? Some people have told me that they have been forced into the break that they needed. There's some people who are running, and they were going to burn out or had already burnt out. So after a while, when the fear has subsided a bit, they're able to actually admit, I needed just to take a break. So just think, what are you going to make this mean to you? Because it's important to have that, so that when we do come out, you're not again taken by the waves and the currents that got you that exhausted in the first place. And then lastly, it's what is it correcting? Yes. And there are many, many things that this is correcting. I think one thing, it's correcting our use of money. We have taken having even things like an emergency fund or business reserves for granted. So when things were good, we were spending, just like that. But now without incomes or with partial incomes, you realize what having 3 months worth of savings can do for you. For a business, having a couple of months worth of running expenses and salaries can do for you. Maybe it has corrected what we are striving for. I was talking to someone, he's like, I can't believe I have to pay this debt on this car, on this big car that is now parked. Yeah. So I think we're going to now question, all that time we're working to buy a car that is now parked. Was that really the right thing to spend on, or would you rather at that time have spent it on something different? I think with education, some parents are even questioning, all these school fees I pay, what exactly am I paying for? And maybe there a lot of parents are now saying, but this homeschooling is not so bad. So there's some things that will come out of this. But I guess I'm just in that phase now, when I'm a bit calmer. I went through my fear, but I'm a bit calmer in my spirit to start understanding what is this going to mean for me. And I encourage you to have the same conversation. And please give me your comments and as you do that, so that we can learn together. That's my 2 cents for today. See you next time.